Welcome to Google Slides and Introduction Part 3. Okay, and I'm going to show you what my final slideshow looks like with the animation and some other tweaks, and then I'm going to show you how to create that look. So what I like to do for a slideshow is start the audience off in black and then fade into the opening slide where I now have a picture with my title and then my name. So, sea turtle facts. They are endangered. There are 7 species found around the world. They have been around for 100 million years, and now they are a vital link in marine ecosystems. Here is the video that I showed you last time how to do. And some more sea turtle facts. The leatherback sea turtle is the largest of all the species. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. It's the only sea turtle without a hard shell. They eat jellyfish and they migrate long distances. Lastly, how I wanted to do this is give a works cited slide that instead of throwing all of that tiny text on one slide, I'm just giving a link to the Google Doc that has it. That's how I would have asked for it, but teachers are different. Some teachers are going to want it right on the slides. And so here is the final works cited page in alphabetical order. The last one I added was this casting a new light on sea turtles, which is this top picture here, which I put on my opening title slide. Here's where we left off last week. I have my opening slide here with just text, and you're fine to do that, but sometimes an opening slide with a beautiful picture of your topic can really set the stage and it can look beautiful. So I found a picture that I wanted right here, and I got the bigger version of this picture. So I right-clicked and I saved the image to my desktop. When you're on this slide, you want to go back to the change background, and instead of a color, this time you want to do choose image. And I am going to browse, and for me, I put it on my desktop so I can find it. There it is. Click OK, and I'm going to click done. Now, sometimes if you get a picture, it's not going to look right if you do this. For instance, if it's a picture that doesn't look good in this type of format, this is called landscape. If your picture is portrait, which means it's more like a rectangle going up and down, and you stretch it out, it's going to look awful. Okay, so you want to be careful with what kind of picture you choose to make as your background. Okay, so the dimensions on this picture still look good as it was originally in landscape mode anyway. Okay, now that the picture is there, it's hard to read the words, obviously. So what some people try to do is just change the color of their text, but if I do that, no matter what color I choose, it's not going to look right because there are too many colors on the sea turtle. But in this situation, I can find a spot where it's still easy to read because of the blue ocean here. And I'm going to put my name somewhere on his belly, and I think it's still okay to read. But what I ended up doing, if you look at my final product, is I feel like that stands out a little bit better. So I'm going to put a drop shadow on the text to make sure it can be seen. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to highlight the text here, and I'm going to go to format options. And there's something called drop shadow here, which adds the shadow, but you can also decide how transparent it is. And so at the moment, it looks okay, but you can, if I make it super transparent, you barely see it. If I make it closer to like 10%, 12% transparency, the drop shadow really stands out. I'm going to do the same thing for my name. I'm going to select all the text, go to format, and I'm going to select a drop shadow again, and make sure the transparency is low. And black is what I want for my shadow. So when it's all said and done, I find that easier to read. Of course, this could have gone over here. You have all this space here. It really depends on what you have for your picture, but that's how I did mine. Okay, so if you remember from mine also, I put one black slide at the beginning and one black slide at the end so it can fade in and can fade out of that. So all I'm going to do here is right click and I'm going to insert a new slide. Oh, it went to the wrong place. I'm going to drag that up to the top, and I'm also going to put one at the end here. I'm just going to click. Okay, the next step is how do you animate your slides in a way that is helpful. If you remember from the slideshow from last week, it said that you really want to just have things appear. You don't want things flying around all over the place. The person who's watching the slideshow can get annoyed with that pretty quickly. Okay, so how do we start with that? So you want to go to slide and go to transition. It doesn't say animation for some reason. Okay, so at the moment it says none. So slide transition is from one slide to the next. Now when I start off with a black slide and I like to fade in to the opening slide, that's what I do. And then everything else will just go from one slide to the next. So instead of it none for this, I am going to do a fade. The neat thing is it will play, you can play it, and it just goes from black to that. You can do a slow, medium, or fast. I just leave that part alone, and that's only for the opening slide. If you notice, over here now has these little circles. It just means that there's animation attached to this particular slide. Okay, I'm going to stop that. Okay, so I'm going to also animate the objects here. So at first, because the background is the picture, it's going to come up automatically. But for my text, I would like my title to come up and then my name. So I am going to highlight this and I'm going to add animation. And the default is fade on click, and instead I want it to appear on click. And this speed is fine. And I'm going to add animation for the spot down here. I just click on that box and I click animation. And instead of fade in, I am going to do appear and again on click. The nice thing about this that PowerPoint doesn't have is it at least shows you what's coming first, what's coming second. I'm going to play this again. So we start in black, fades up there. I'm going to click, Sea Turtles comes up, and then my name comes up. And I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to continue along. And the part that's a little bit different for something that has a lot of text on it, I am going to do no transition from this slide to this. It's just going to go straight away. But I do want to animate the rest of it. So if you don't animate, it's just going to come up with the background, which at the moment is just black. So I want to have this title come up, then these two pictures, and then the text. Sometimes kids will have the pictures come up last and people can barely see them, and then they click the next slide. So for me, I want to see those pictures, so I have the pictures come up pretty early. So I'm going to start with here. I'm going to add animation, and again, it's appear on click, and then I am going to click on this picture, add animation, and appear, and I'm going to do after previous. So it's going to come in after this one, and it's going to come in pretty quickly. And I'm going to choose this picture, and I'm going to also do appear, and I am going to go with previous. So these two pictures will come up at the same time. Lastly, I'm going to do this text box. Add animation to appear. So the part that's different, I'm going to do it on click, but I want to select this. So what it means is every time I hit the enter button, it will do it will be considered a paragraph. So each one of these bullets will come up on their own. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So it starts off in black, and the this comes up first, and then these two, but I feel like this comes up a little faster than I wanted. And then on click, endangered, and then click again, click again, click again. So I like everything except these two come up too fast. Stop. So I go back to the first picture. Okay, so I want it to come in much slower. It's going to take 2 seconds. I like that better. Okay, so this part is what you prefer. This can take an awful lot of time, but it's kind of a neat thing to know how to do. What I did was I added animation to all of the slides that had text on it. I didn't put any animation on the one with the video. I just want the video to come up, and everything that's on there is animated already. Okay, and then lastly, I just did a works cited. I inserted a slide here which had works cited, and I just said link to Google Doc. And let me show you how to do this part here. Here is my EasyBib, my slideshow citation page. So I'm going to remove this part here. All I need to do once I'm in this document is click share. I'm just going to copy this link, saved in RAM, and then I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to right click and paste. And then once I hit return, it will make it this green color, which is fine. Works for me. Oh, it looks like it's on the wrong spot. There we go. And when you're done, it's going to look like this. I always do a kind of a fade to black from the last one, but you're not even going to notice from here to here. So these 4 slides have animation, but that's completely up to you how you want to do that. But this part's important. Please have a works cited, a link to your Google Docs. Okay, make sure you have that. Try to do this part. Just try it out. If you don't like the way your picture looks, you can remove it, but it's a good tool to have to know how to use that. And that's it. And then please resubmit your finished slideshows, and I can't wait to see them. They've looked great so far. Thank you.